Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter placement. Let's get into it. So the first card you have, Cancerians, is the moonstone. And further it says secret. Below that it says, if you want to keep a secret, you must also hide it from yourself. Now look at this beautiful moonstone. It's pearly white, peach, kind of a rounded, smooth stone, you know, just like the marbles. It doesn't have any rough edges. If you see the top of the stone, it's reflecting light. So it's a very reflective stone. It's not something that, you know, it doesn't say too much about itself. It doesn't reveal what's within it. All you can see is the colors and the reflection. So reflective surfaces, I'm not revealing surfaces. So this is more about staying private, not saying too much. You might even be holding back from saying things that you already know about. And it's a good idea, especially depending on the situation. Sometimes when we're starting out new projects or, you know, negotiating deals, or we're at achieving some, I would say, you know, maybe we're starting a company, or maybe we are you know, growing in our company, or kind of meeting new people, partnering up with people in personal or professional ways. We don't need to announce it as yet, you know, until we're ready for that final day, until we're ready to get married, or until we are taking our relations to the next level. Not everything needs to be spoken, you know, there's a timing for everything. So this is about having that information by keeping it to yourself. Now for you Cancerians, you're ruled by the moon and you have the moonstone. How beautiful is that? Moon rules the fourth house, which is about family. So this could be concerning about things related to your family. It doesn't have to be, because we're dealing, you know, because you don't have to be like the fourth house Cancer or Cancer rising. It's for the collective Cancerian energy. But I feel that you know, this is more about working behind doors, negotiating behind doors, working on things without making loud announcements. And also moon, you know, we're made up, moon rules the fourth house and water, you know, and you are the cardinal water sign. And we ourselves are made up of, you know, a large portion of water. And our moods are directed by the moon cycles. And now there's going to be a new moon in the sign of Capricorn on 18th of Jan. And that's in your opposite sign of Capricorn. And Capricorn is about words, structures, discipline, and all of that. So I feel that, you know, with that being activated and you know, with the new moon energy, you will feel a little bit of pressure, or you might feel a little bit of pressure around the work, you know, the work that you do for a living, or, you know, your side hustles, whatever that is. Primarily your primary job, you might feel a little bit of pressure. You might have to put in more hours, work extra hours, or there might be some pressure from your boss. Not that you can't handle, but then when there's more pressure and you're invested more, you will tire out. You will get tired more. Then I feel that you will, and that will kind of make you sit back at home, or you know, spend more time at home versus going out there. Also be mindful of responsibilities, additional responsibilities of home, family and friends that you take on, because you will be stretched too thin. So just be mindful of that, like where you're investing your time and energy, especially outside of work. Don't do things that will, or don't take on commitments or things, you know, projects that will drain you. So you need to protect yourself, your energy, also emotions, I would say, because this might make you a little bit more anxious. This new one energy in your opposite house, I'm at the moonstone also, you know, you might feel more, you might absorb people's energies more. You might, you know, tear up over things. There might situations come up that will kind of make you a little bit more emotional. So if you want to invite the energies of the moonstone, you can to kind of, you know, direct your emotions healthy, even if you have to let it out. So emotional intelligence will be really important at this, you know, at least during the next few weeks. So I also feel that your intuition will be very heightened. That's what the moon rules, our subconscious, our emotions, our intuition. So you'll be more sensitive and you'll be highly intuitive. You'll feel things, even though some might not make sense, some may make sense. But then you'll feel something, your body will give the signals. Also, you will probably get emotional about things. So be mindful of how you regulate your emotions as well. Also, you might think about things of the past. So nostalgia might make you a little bit teary-eyed. So, don't be too much attached to the past. It's good to think about it once in a while, but not get carried away by it. So be careful of that as well. Now, you'll also pick up a lot because you'll be highly sensitive. Moon mix is very sensitive. So you'll pick up on tension, which is not spoken. So things, maybe people, the silent treatment or just unspoken tension. People are not talking to each other. You feel the tension, or somebody's doesn't want to, throwing an attitude, you'll feel the tension with that. So be careful and, work out a more compassionate plan on how you want to deal with those situations. Don't get explosive because, you will be sensitive at this point in time. Now, spending time by the water is going to be helpful for you. Take a good bath and wash away those, those emotions. Or if you have some water bodies, ponds, lakes, beaches, oceans, near your house, and go and stroll by that or take a dip in that, or even pool, you can go swim, or, jacuzzis or whatever you have available, or turn on the water fountains and things like that. That will help you a lot. Now, I also feel that, you might be wanting more silence around you. You want to, just kind of be by yourself, or you want to, less social or less notifications, less disturbance. You just want to, relax, and you're tired. You don't want to be bothered. So you might see yourself tuning out of social media, tuning out of group chats, or tuning out of too much talking or too much communication. You might even feel urges around that as well. Now, if this is not your energy concerns, this is like, you might see a lot of people working behind the scenes, not letting anybody in on that information. It could even be in your professional life. You might see like companies that are planning for bigger products or takeovers or mergers or restructures, but there's not too much information around that. So it's all going on behind closed doors in secret. Everybody's keeping things low-key. So you might see this energy play out around you where people don't want to share too much information as well. Now, some of you might also, because this is related to 4th energy, so some of you might be spending more time at home or working on upgrading your home even because, Capricorn activates putting in the work, maybe regarding the home front. So you might be buying home or upgrading your home as well. This is also the stone of ancestors. So our family, our lineage, to learning more about it or seeing how this, seeing or just learning more about your ancestors and things of the past might also surface in the next few days. And of course, meditation will help you calm things down. So include meditation and spiritual practices in your day-to-day routines. So what do you call moonlight therapy, walking out in the moon, or just, some essential oils, or just, burning the incense also will help in this. You can even journal down your thoughts if something's bothering you. Some of you might even plan to move around, move cities, move for project work, and you might keep it behind closed doors. You might not let that information out. Now, some of you might also see some people sneak up on you in the sense that they want to learn about you. They might be looking up your social media, looking up your pictures or videos that you have posted, and liking it also. And you might see such comments come in from people of some kind of comments or likes on older pictures, of the past. Even some people going through your past albums or pictures and liking it or commenting on that. So some of you might experience that as well. Now, globally also, these energies can play out, around your neighborhood, around your house. Cancerians, you might see that people are negotiating, maybe at global level, you'll find like people are negotiating secretly or secret deals you might learn up about later on, not right now. Or you might see that people are taking sabbaticals for taking care of their family or for some kind of health or family reason. So you might even see people step back or take vacation or breaks to look after, their home or family or something related to family. Maybe they're having some celebrations regarding their family and they want to take breaks, or they want to, buy a new home and they're moving, so they want to take some time out and things related to the home matters. Um, this could even be you, that this could even be that you are keeping a lot of information secret about yourself or about your family or about your plans, your projects, your companies that you might be shifting or you might be training for or taking some training courses, but you want to keep it under wraps for right now. And that's nothing wrong with that. So I do feel that it's a very not open energy, like things being out and working out in the background, not really on the face or on the stage or in front or being announced, nothing like that happening. Now, some of you might also be, using colors like this, milky white or peaches shades. You might be bringing those kind of color pins or clothes or bags, or trying these colors out at your home as well. Pearly milk whites or peach kind of colors and tones might also be finding their way to your either wardrobe or your home. So this could be for some of you. Now below here it says, you don't need to understand everything yet. Trust what feels true. Protect what is still becoming. What is hidden is not lost. It is just eating. The next card you have, Cancerians, is the number 36, and it further says Practitioner Moon. Further on, it says patience. Yeah, moon themes are playing out for you, Cancer, so this is completely your energy. Moon rules your sign, the fourth house. That's the collective Cancerians energy. Now, green, what is this? Green corn. Green corn moon. Yeah, so green corn is the corn which is not yet fully ready. It's not fully ripe, so you cannot harvest it. Because if you do, it'll just spoil that corn, right? So the harvest is not yet ready the produce is not yet ready to be harvested. So you just have to wait it out, and there is a timing for it. You can't just wait for flowers and produce to grow and ripen. It happens at its own time. So you cannot rush this process, whatever it is. And for you, guys, Cancerians, I feel that there is something that needs a little bit more time to be worked on, or some more attention to detail. Maybe you're working at it, but it, it's like, even if you look at the green corn, it is ripening every day after day, hour after hour, right? There is progress, there's growth, and one day it will be ready to be harvested. Yeah, it's not a rushed growth. It takes its own time. It takes, it's a steady growth, right? It's a slow-paced, steady growth. Not about rushing and cutting corners. No, that's not what it is. Or being impatient or being impulsive. No, that's not the energy over here. So you just have to keep doing what you're doing. It will take some more time for the product, for the project to be out there, to be released. And whatever you're working on, I feel it just needs a little bit more time. It's almost there, not fully there yet. Now, I already mentioned that there is a new one which is happening in your opposite sign of Capricorn. And Capricorn itself is ruled by Saturn, which encourages you to put in the time, work, energy, and with discipline. And this is something that I feel you are working, you have a long-term plan, something that will last a long time, that will stand the test of time, I feel. So the only thing is, don't rush things. Don't rush anything, don't rush deals, negotiations, payments. Don't cut corners. If you're working in projects outside in corporate and companies, don't make quick decisions just because, you think it's the right one. So wait it out, think patiently, gather more facts, talk to people. Or if you don't want to talk to people, if you're unable to talk to people because you have the energy of the moonstone, which is like keeping things to yourself. So do more research, introspect and see what feels right and then do it. So don't rush into anything. Um, I also feel that if you are making some investments regarding your house, whether it's like, buying a new house or land or selling or something like that, I feel that you should wait it out a little bit. Because maybe something will change in the market, the bank rate, interest rate, whatever that is, some costs might change here and there. So don't rush into that as well, especially if you're buying a big house or if it's a big decision or your first house and things like that. You might want to take like a pause for a day or two or a few weeks. I don't know, what you're buying and which phase you are in. So just be mindful of that, to not rush, like especially test out the neighborhood, check, check the feedback, talk to people, and then make those big investments. Now, if this is regarding financial investment, which is like, investing money into portfolios and funds and all of that, do your due diligence and then invest it. Or if you're selling those stocks, then also just see, like, is it the right time? Can you wait it out? Can you pause? Or, do your due diligence and research before you jump into those impulsive decisions. Now, some of you might also be working on your own healing, like body healing. Maybe you've been burnt out before, or maybe you've been, had some kind of a problem, you're taking medicines, or you're not feeling well, or you got a surgery, whatever be your case. I feel that you are taking your own sweet time to recover. You're not rushing the process. You aren't like, oh, I feel so good today and you're back to work. No, you're going to take some time off. You're going to feel fully fresh, rejuvenated. You're fully back, energetically feeling fine. You're able to, handle the pressure before you go outside and join back work again. So I do think that you're not in a rush. You're going to take your time until you're fully feeling fine before you take on any responsibility. And I also feel like a very kind of patience with this patience card. I feel that you're going to be in a very calm energy. You're not like rushing or making decisions here, there, everywhere, not scattered in your energies and all of that. So a very earthy vibe coming, like you're very grounded. They're trying to wait it out. Wait for things to work out, not push your agendas, not push for things to happen like right away or happen yesterday. So I feel that you're going to be patient. Like, even if you have to change a company, like for example, you're in a job and you want to change a company, you're like, okay, let me just wait for a week and see what happens. Maybe I change my mood, maybe something good happens. And in that week, your boss resigns, and you're like, oh, whoa, I was changing the company because of this boss, and he has done something new. So he's leaving, so I can stay here. So, something like that might also happen if you just read it out a little bit. So, because your intuition is going to be high, so feel the environment, feel what's going on, and see, like, what's the word out. See if you can read it out and get those results, and things like that can also happen. But don't be impatient, like, sometimes we're impatient about things. Like, for example, if you launched a product, you want to see immediate results, like immediate sales and immediately people giving good feedback, immediately this, that, and the third. No, it's not going to happen. Just give it some time. Wait for people to try the product and then provide some review and feedback. Or if you're, if you're making a nice dish, for example, you're cooking something at home, something nice. Don't rush the process. Don't put all the spices and condiments and everything together and just cook something. Just wait, because, cooking is a process. And, it's a scientific process. It's an art. It's a culinary art. You just can't dump everything into, broth and expect to produce something really nice. So cook things out one step at a time, and, then you'll get a good dish made. So something like that. I also feel that you will be drawn towards something of the past, like, those things, the retro pieces or timeless songs, timeless retro movies and things like that. You might be drawn towards that as well in the next few days or weeks. But it's a good energy, It's like taking things slow, building things slow, taking your own time, not feeling that, life is a rat race. No, you're not in that. You're showing any kind of impulsiveness or aggressiveness or urgency towards completing things. You're like, you know what, I'm going to savor it. I'm going to take my own time. I'm going to do it slowly. I'm going to enjoy the process. I'm going to not burn myself out. I'm going to take it easy. And that will actually help you, because it won't stress you out. You'll be in a flowing state. That's what you need to be in. you'll be less emotional, less reactive to things and people than their opinions. And you'll feel more nice by, staying in your zen space, by not shattering too much, by, you also like spending time by yourself, and that's a good thing because you will be in a reflective mode, so you get more time to reflect on things and introspect. So it's a good energy to be in. Further down, it says here, what you are growing needs time, not doubt. Trust the season, the harvest is promised. The next card you have, Cancerians, is the Six of Cups, and then further says pleasure. Now, if you see the cups over here, there are really large cups that are full to the brim. But if you notice that there is no water which is spilling out, right? So there is no overflow over here. These cups are containing the water, and water is our emotions, our joy, our happiness. So there is containing and there is happiness, there is contentment. When you overflow, when things are overflowing, then we're overflowing means we have too much and we're generous and we're giving, which is always good. Here, the water is not spilling. So there is contentment, there is fullness, there's happiness, and it's like because the cup is receiving the water, so you are in a receptive mode, and Cancerians are receptive, highly receptive. But it's just that, in the modern time, some of us, we don't like to receive, we like to give, So I feel that you are receiving here and you're happy to receive. You're not guilty about receiving because Cancerians, most of the time, you're giving and over-giving. And, so either you don't receive or you don't like to receive. But here, this moment, you are ready to receive and you're liking it. Whether it's receiving compliments or receiving any kind of favors. If people want to help, you're like, okay, come and help. You're like, no. Otherwise, people are like, no, I can do it. I don't need help. And they're shy to ask for help. So here you might even be open to asking for help. And if people are helping you out without asking you, you're happy receiving it. And that's a good thing. And like I said, there is a new one in your opposite sign, which might put a little bit of pressure on you for a few days. So just be careful out there, how you handle your responsibilities, because you might feel burned out. You might feel like, oh my God, I can't complete this. Maybe there's a lot of pressure and you're worried, anxious, and things like that. So just get the help that you need in order to complete the work that you have been assigned. Especially, office work we cannot ignore. We cannot, sometimes we can already delegate if you can do so. So I do feel that, you're going to be busy, you're going to be happy also, after the work is completed, because that work pressure is going to be just there for a few days. And I feel that after that, you will be back in your element, happy, in your routine, celebrating, meeting with family. This is also Six of Cups, is like meeting with people from the past. So you might be meeting up with people you lost touch with. Also, nostalgia is also part of the Six of Cups, thinking of the past. And that's come up in a lot of messages for you, Cancerians, like looking to the past, family, friends, spending time with them, caring for them. That's the general vibe of Cancerians, That's the entire collective Cancerian energy, is looking after people, caring for them, posting. And that is a force. That could mean something that you're doing right now, meeting with people, posting, celebrating, and you're happy. So I feel that you're also caring for yourself for a change. Six of Cups, it's not spilling out water. It's like, yeah, I'm going to care for myself as well. My cup needs to be full before I can care for others. So you're going to take care of yourself as well. You're going to ask for help as well. If you're hosting, you need everybody to come together and help, like maybe a potluck, not just doing everything by yourself. So something like that is also, that's coming through. But I do feel that, this is like having good time, meeting with people. You're able to share a good laugh. You're just able to, think, if you're meeting with people from the past, you might be talking about the past experiences. And maybe if you group together, you might be talking of those olden times and good old times as well. So I do feel it's a very good time now. If this is not your energy, you might be seeing that happening around you, where people are just in a good mood, good spirit. having a good time. You might see groups going out together, having a good meal, having a good laugh, or partying and celebrating, and things like that might also be going around in your maybe family or um, in your neighborhood. Or you might be seeing, like, some news around where people are, they're sharing their moments, what made them happy versus, their accomplishments. Like, oh, I did this, that, and the third. Nope. It's like, I felt this, that, and the third after I did it. So you might be seeing a little bit twisty in what people share. Also, that could be something that, comes up with this. But in general, a good, happier, simpler time, simplifying your life, spending time with your friends, family, kids, pets, staying back at home, cooking, enjoying the meals together, without being distracted, without your phone, without interference, without distractions, I would say. I do see that some of you Cancerians might be in that energy as well. Innocence, simpler time, feeling, I feel that it's just that, doing things that just make your heart and soul sing, maybe you're just like, you enjoy cooking, so you're cooking. You enjoy decorating, so you're decorating, It's on because you want to put it in your resume or you want some accolades and recognition for it. But you're just doing it because you like to do it, It gives you pleasure. It's your stress buster, so that's why you're doing it. So I just feel that in the next few days after you're done with work, you want to be in a lighthearted mood. Some of you might be also going out for, partying, or food comes to the forefront with this. I don't know, whining and dining. Maybe some of you are going out there enjoying food of different kinds with friends and family. Some of you could be doing that as well. I'm also getting sweet tooth, so some of you might be binge eating some sweets and desserts. Be mindful of that. Sugar is not too good for us. Too much sugar, I would say. But yeah, I mean, we can see where the good delicacies that are out there. So I'm also picking up sweet tooth for some of you in the next few days. I'm also getting that some of you might take to video games. Some of you might be enjoying video games or cartoon movies. Some of you might sit and watch shows that you used to watch in the past. Now that everything is available digitally, I do see some of you might be reverting to shows and movies and songs that you listened to in the past. I'm also picking up a song by Louis Armstrong, What a Wonderful World. So some of you might be humming that as well, or watching some beautiful movies around family time. Forrest Gump is one of those that I like, related to this mood, this energy. So some of you might be watching those kind of retro movies as well, something about nostalgia, the past. Maybe you're buying things that you used to buy in the past, similar patterns or styles. Maybe you're refurbishing things to make it look like the past, or maybe the decor is inspired by the past architecture or past olden days. But a lot of joy and happiness with whatever you do, It's like winning or trophies or accolades is not important right now. Just working on it and enjoying the work, enjoying the journey is going to be more important for you. So some of you might be very much into meeting friends, calling friends, chatting with older friends, or just, it doesn't have to be older friends, but in a celebratory spirit or a jovial spirit. Then, just feeling lighthearted. And, I feel that some of you might be even enjoying some golden colors. Maybe you're buying gold. Maybe, the cups are gold. Some of you might be buying gold. Some of you might be buying golden colored jewelry or clothes, even with yellow colors. You might be mining some gold into your house in the form of ornaments or decoration. Bold decor is getting popular these days, touch of gold. So some of you might be painting your homes yellow golden color, or buying a lot of yellow golden flowers or golden items as well. I also feel that, this is a very nice time. Like, you're feeling like connected to people, you're emotionally satisfied. You're feeling connected to people, and, you're like in a very good spirit, like giving, receiving, and all of that. Even though Six of Pentacles is like giving and receiving, that I feel that with the Six of Cups and giving and receiving. Well, further on it says here, let joy be simple, let love be easy. What feels good and pure is secret. And the last card for today, Cancerians, you have is Raccoon. And it says resourcefulness. Further, it says you have all the resources you need. yeah, look at this picture of this raccoon, it's sitting on, it's actually walking on a branch on a thick bark. And I would say, look at the eyes, so sharp, so alert. And the paws are all open, ready, get go mode. So I feel that when, it speaks of resourcefulness, which means that you don't have to wait for any other resource, you don't have to wait for everything to be perfect. You got what it takes to create what you need to create. You have the tools, you have the resources, you have the time, the funds, the money, whatever it is that you feel you lack is exactly the thing that you have. You just need to get a little bit creative with that resource. It's like, for example, you feel like you cannot fix a light bulb because you feel you never handled, the screws and nuts and bolts. But you're wrong. You can, you can. If you try it, you will be able to do it. Something like that, Already, also, I feel that, this could be DIY things. Like you have a table, you want to get a new polish, and you're like, I want to buy a polished table, but I don't have the money for it. You don't have to do that. You can just use a table at your house that is not used. You can just paint it and polish it, and there you go. You don't have to spend thousands over a new table, versus you can just reuse an older table, give it a new look, and wham bam, your new table is ready. So something like that as well. You just need to be smart with your resources. Think smart, and you will be able to do it. So the energy is about your solution, whatever you are looking for, the answers, the solution to your problems, or to some place where you're stuck is very close. It's right there. You're just not seeing it. The thing about raccoon is it feels that, it looks dumb. And I look at the picture, I feel that it's wearing a mask, right? An eye mask. So by that, I feel that it's not seeing things which are right in front of it. It happens, like we're looking, like for example, most of the time when I'm working, I'm kind of looking for pen all around the house. And where I started out, where I was originally sitting, is where the pen was. I just did not look at it. So something like that. So you might be looking for something around the whole house or everywhere here or there, but the solution is right in front of your eyes. So the answers that you're looking for, look closer. Look at things that are right around you in your sight. There is your answer. There is your solution. There is your tool. So, and also if you're looking for some kind of like, I don't have the expertise. You don't need an expertise for something that you're looking experts for. You just need your skills. You have it. You can do it. So if you're looking for, somebody to come in, give you advice and fix something for you, you already have it in you. You can do it. Or maybe you can just read up something online and see if you can figure it out. So the solution is simple and you can easily do it. You don't have to go that far for calling experts and getting appointments and things like that. So you just have to get creative, and this could be in any area. This could be in, maybe DIYs or maybe your investment portfolios. Maybe you don't need an investment advisor. Maybe you can just like start on your own. Start small, but you can start on your own. Now, Raccoon Spirit is also about being resourceful, right? Which means using your resources in the right way, not wasting it. Use it wisely. I'm not saying be tiny pinching, but you need to use it wisely. Even if it's like funds, maybe you have limited funds. So do what you can with those funds. Don't splurge on unnecessary things. Other things can wait. The core, whatever needs the most attention needs to be fixed is where you need to invest your time, energy, funds into. And you'll also see, you might be seeing a lot of people around you do the same, that they're trying to reuse stuff. They're trying to share things. They're not trying to buy. Everybody's not trying to buy. They're trying to share. Okay, I got this. If you need a screwdriver and you don't have it at home, you can borrow it from your neighbor. You don't have to buy all that entire toolbox just for one screwdriver. Something like that, So share the resources, whatever you can, or get it from your neighbors, friends, family, whoever has it, instead of just buying the whole package. Or if you need to, like, kind of, I would say, if you need to some plants. You don't need to go out there and buy those expensive ones. You can just, take it from one of your friends, a stem, and you can grow it. So using things that are also that are already available in your neighborhood or in some, in your friends and family, you can borrow those and you can manage. You don't have to burn a hole in your pocket to buy those things. So I do feel that, you will be very resourceful. You'll plan you'll budget. You'll know exactly what you can reuse and things like that. Now, when it comes to reuse, you could be also, kind of renovating. Some of you might be into DIYs, renovating your homes. Or, kind of, using the fabrics fashion, your older clothes with a new look. I've seen a lot of people do that. Like when their pants get worn out, they just cut it and use it as shorts. So some of you might be doing that as well. It's all about nice ideas. So, and I do feel that you will be, finding out those hacks to make things work and without over splurging on things. So you might be actually doing things smartly, doing things creatively, repurposing older things. I do feel that. Or you could be looking out, for people who can help, like who charge less or who can just, your neighbors, your friends who can just help, give their time a few minutes here and there to help you out. So some of you might be even reaching out to your friends and family instead of paying for every expert advice and expert, service out there. So some of you could be into those smart moves as well. But I do feel like, it's a very calming energy. Your energy has been calmed throughout. Like, you're not in a rush. You're calm, cool, collected, very grounded, very rooted. So I do feel that the next few days and weeks, you will stay grounded, Cancerians. And I also feel that you're very happy, very contented with where you are at, what you're doing, what you're creating. You're not in the Five of Pentacles. You're not in a lack mentality. Resourcefulness is not about feeling the lack. It's about working smart with what you have. So that's good, because when we create from a place of fear and lack, then we end up in more such situations where we feel more of that. So I feel that you're not doing that. You're contented. Your cup is full. Further down below, it says, you are not lacking. You are learning. Trust your clever hands and wise heart. The universe has already equipped you. So, Cancerians, those were your messages and hope you enjoyed them. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.